The Celtics are NBA champions. Banner 18. It's going to be hoisted. We got Spoonie, we got Jake, we got Jackson, and myself. Shout out to everyone in the chat. How's everyone doing? Guys, speechless. They did it in Tatum's words. Amazing.
Man,
I don't know, man. Wow.
Lost for words myself.
It still does feel like weirdly surreal. I think like the biggest thing for this whole year, and is why we felt the way we did in so many moments throughout the playoffs, throughout the season, was like, we have to fucking win, dude. We have to fucking win. Like you have, like this is the year. Like it's so obviously the year. And no matter what, we could not, as fans, fully accept like it's happening. Like even up 3-0, dude. Even up 3-1. Like you tell me right now you guys didn't spend the last 2 days, picturing your fucking death for the last, however long.
Yeah.
Like it was a disastrous last 2 days where it was like the rest of the NBA, that was like, oh, the Celtics are probably going to win. And they fucking did. And now I can sleep.
They fucking did, dude. Pants shitting city. I basically have been drunk for like 3 days straight after they lost game 4, dude, because I just had no idea how to cope with it. And they put it down, man. That was a wire-to-wire blowout. And this playoff run, they lost 3 games, which is absolutely insane. And it doesn't matter. It still felt like Heart Attack City. It still felt like life or death. But they're there, man. The Jays won a fucking championship together. Like, that is the best. It's the best.
Jays are champs, man. Oh, my ballsack. He's here.
Yeah. From work?
Oh.
From work.
Work crew. Represent. Hell yeah.
It's actually just ticked over that magic 1,700 hours, so I'm good.
Nice.
I will say, Joe.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if it's because you were at work, but you did restrain yourself, I think, from pointing out that we had hit the magic number with like 8 minutes, 9 minutes to go. I was like, this thing is kind of like, if any normal person would be like, the Celtics are up 20 with 8 minutes to go. This is over. This is over. And it was. Shout out Roland. Discovered the channel this year. Welcome, dude. This is where you want to be, man. You want to be a fan and live the roller coaster? Welcome, dude. Welcome.
I feel like, there was definitely a bit of distraction there, for sure. Someone pointed it out earlier on the stream, and I was a little embarrassed to have missed it because I sort of feel like it's my role here. And hey, I guess I'm going to have to fire the accounts person over here at Coach because they didn't get the job done, eh? You've had a lot of words, you've had a lot of time to express yourselves. What's the residual emotion?
I got relief.
Relief. Vindication, I will say as well, if I can jump in. I've believed in these guys. I've believed in the Jays for years. And don't get me wrong, it wavers from time to time. You have an absolutely appalling Game 7 last year. You have a finals loss. You have the fucking first round of 2021 getting gentlemen swept by the Nets. And you're like, oh, I believe it. But, it's just, I don't know how far away it is. So, relief, vindication, and I'm just so happy. Just like everyone else, I'm just sure we're just stoked, right?
I don't know if it was picked up on with you guys when you were talking on the playback before, but did you notice Jason Tatum's comment about how like Banner 18's been hanging over us?
Yes.
I just thought it was a very poetic and interesting way to phrase it. And for the players, it must have felt like that. That's, I guess, that's to my comment about it feeling like a bit of a lifetime achievement award, like it, or a culmination of like a 7-year-long championship. It really is like, it's really like finally,
Yeah. I think when Tatum got drafted, before he got to the stage to collect his hat from Adam Silver, he probably had multiple fans yelling out Banner 18, right? Before he even got there and collected the headwear. So Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to say, like, yeah, it was hanging over him. That's absolutely a fact. But to go out there and eventually get it done, despite the pressure hanging over him and these multiple iterations of these teams, all led by Tatum and Brown as well in the 1A spot, unbelievable. Like, it's like you said, what are they going to say now? Like, you cannot fault the guy for now getting it done, despite some of his faults. Like, they all led to a championship win, and this roster built around him led to a championship win. So no matter how you feel about the guy, you can't take that away from him, and you can't take that away from us as fans. It's unreal.
Yeah, I love this comment here. Yeah, first, like, shout out everyone. We've said a lot of thank yous already so far, but like, this is the episode, like the part of the thing that's going to go up on the audio podcast feed. But like, everyone that has listened to the podcast, and I think it's great that Joe and Jackson are here as well, because you guys are like the OGs. Started this thing from the ground up,
For sure.
and like, so it's awesome that you guys are here as well on the day that we finally did it. But like, this is like the whole point of following sports, man. Like, you go through so much shit. We've enjoyed so many highs and like some disastrously painful lows. And like, some fan bases don't want to hear it. Like, oh, your life's so tough. You've been in the conference finals over and over and over again. Like, I would have, even if they had lost this series, I would trade what we have had for the last 7 years over the Pistons, over any of those fucking basement dwellers, because the whole point of existing in sports is to win this thing. But man, you cannot tell me that like the pain that you experience when you're so fucking close doesn't hurt more than just sucking year after year. So like,
for sure.
Yeah, like that is such an acute pain.
And that's why, for me, I have to join all the seasons together as this kind of omnibus that makes the whole. Because this particular team, let's be honest, it was a sledgehammer. Like, it was a blunt instrument for winning in a lot of ways. You know, like, it just overwhelmed teams with like I'm thinking about sledgehammers because I was using a sledgehammer in the weekend, and and. It's a blunt instrument, and you just smack and like pound the rock, and it breaks open eventually, right? But it sort of feels like this particular team, like if we take our emotions out of it, it was always going to do this, and except for those idiots in the media who are picking the Mavericks and Six, but they were lying to themselves.
They were lying to themselves.
They were wish casting, but it makes. It's satisfying, right? Only because of the lead up. You know, if we didn't have those losses, what would this have meant to us?
Yeah, the whole this team wasn't battle tested narrative because the first round opponent was a fucking injured Heat and then an injured Cavs. It's just such a cold ass take. You completely discount everything you go through the year prior and the 2022 finals run, and pretty much everything since the Jays came on board, man. This is like an accumulation of years and years of close but not quite close enough for it to, like, you know, it finally ends up in a title. And, you know, you're right. You take the emotions out of it. It was probably a boring finals because they just were better than everyone 90% of the time. And I loved it. I absolutely love this boring ass ring. And 29 other fan bases out there are just crying on their knees, wishing they could have as boring a title as this. But number 18, by the way. Thank you very much.
That's right. Spoony.
Dude, I'm honestly, you know, we've been talking for a long time now, and I'm not really sure if I have anything like.
Well, just pretend like you said nothing.
Okay, I'll pretend like I said nothing. It just comes down to, you know, we watched Jaylen Brown get booed when he got drafted, right? Which was insane. You know, the Celtics done fucked up was like the prevailing narrative when we drafted Jaylen Brown. That was stupid. And
sorry, Spoons, you're in the middle of a series.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
Where did this comment come from, dude?
Jake's clothes look like they're cut from grandma's curtains, and your mustache looks like shit. Which is brutal.
We love you too, Nico.
We love you too, Nico, and I wish I could grow a mustache like that.
Is that my wife's burner account? I swear.
Sorry, Spoony.
No, we're good. We're good. I'm been drinking a lot, watching that
That's
game to keep the nerves down, and then we've been cracking champagne. So I'm not sure I'm making sense at all. Like, it's just been a very, very long journey with this iteration of the team, and I think that's this iteration is when the Jays, they were ahead of schedule for so long, but then there's part of you that's like, what if they never get there?
Yeah, man.
Like that is a reality. That's something that can totally happen. Like, everyone thought that OKC team with Durant, Harden, and Westbrook was ahead of schedule, and all of a sudden, poof, it was just gone. That team didn't exist anymore. And that shit can happen in the NBA. And
Man, I wanted to trade Jalen for Ben Simmons. I did. I'm on record. Like that's.
We know, Joe. We know, and we'll never forget that.
Oh no, dude, that's rough.
And they kept it together.
It's a rough
dude,
time to bring that up as well.
Yeah,
I would say there's
worked.
there's only one. I would give everyone that wanted to trade Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant a pass. Other than that, you get no pass. For me, that's because I think I maybe also had a little bit of doubt and was like, maybe we should do it then. But we didn't do it, thankfully, fucking because Brad Stevens is a wizard and knows what he's fucking doing.
Yeah,
it's better this way.
Should we talk about this game at all, like the actual game?
Yeah, a little bit.
So.
I can barely remember it. I can't remember it. I remember Pritchard's half got buzzer beater. Don't ask about anything else. It's just,
Tatum was
just a blur.
awesome.
Tatum was
awesome.
so good in this game, dude. Yeah,
I felt he should have been MVP.
Yeah, that's because none of this is possible without him, dude. He led the entire team in rebounds, points, and assists for the finals, for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it wasn't like it was Jalen was clearly better.
No.
So I felt like I probably should give him a time. But
I thought it was if Jason had made those last two layups, I think he probably wins Finals MVP. Because like 31 points, it's like whatever. But if he has 35 points, that's like maybe. But speaking of this game, go ahead, Ben.
Well, just heading into this series, everyone was about to anoint Luka Doncic the best player in the world.
Fuck that.
Who took on that assignment the most and enabled our fuck that mentality? It was Jaylen Brown. And he had some great scoring punches and games in this series as well. So I think as great as Tatum was in this one, like you've got to kind of give it to JB in that sense that he kind of like locked down the quote unquote like best player.
Iguodala style.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I fucking love Jaylen, and his playoff run, where he has come from Game 7 of the Miami Heat series from last year through this playoff run is just unfreaking believable. He worked on every weakness and answered every fucking question. But the reality is, like, Game 3, Tatum and Jaylen had equal halves. Jaylen was awful in the first half. Tatum was awesome in the first half, kept them in it. Jaylen was incredible in the second half and saved the day. Game 4, Jason was actually kind of in it. Like, he was 4 for 9, like 15 points in the first half. Like, he was kind of like there, and Jaylen was awful. Jaylen was also terrible offensively tonight. So it's like there's just a weird like curve that's applied to both guys, and that's fine because who fucking cares? We won the title. I love Jaylen. I love Jason, but like Jason's job is harder, and when he does a worse job at his job, then his critiques are like the criticism is so much louder. Like Jaylen Brown kind of has the perfect job at this point because when he's awesome, it's like, is he the best player on the team? And when he's not, it's like he's not supposed to be the best player on the team, and that's great. But I do think that there's a weird perspective that's kind of happened. But like the reality is like none of what happened in this series in particular with like being able to switch the Lively Gafford pick and rolls. Like you can't. Tatum's a cheat code defensively, bro. All playoffs, he got a Bam, he got a Mobley, he got a Miles Turner, he got a Lively and Gafford. Like the reason we were able to cut the legs out of the Mavericks offense over and over again is because Tatum's 6'9" and can play incredible defense and rebound at a level that's equal to like some of the best centers in the league. and play 45 minutes night in, night out. As Spoonie's trying to survive out here. It's
1:23 a.m.
That's one of the biggest
for you fuckers.
Biggest yawns I've ever seen in my life.
We need to throw.
Best.
We got to throw to Spoonie for his takes
agreed.
early in the show because it's going to be diminishing returns, I think, from this guy who it's actually late night for Spoonie, where we do late night at like 3 p.m. here in Australia.
So I will say that the returns are already diminished. It's too late now, but I mean I'm okay with Jalen winning Finals MVP. I actually think he deserved it. The way he hounded Luka the entire series, I think that's something that Tatum couldn't do. On the defensive end, and like as much as Tatum opens up the offense for Jalen to attack in single coverage with less help, I mean, guarding Luka for 70 feet like Jalen did, especially tonight, man, he was on his ass. Every time Luka caught the ball over half court, Jalen was there. Like he was a foot over half court, Jalen's on his ass. And then there was that clip, there was like the mic'd up moment where Jalen said to Joe Mazzulla, he was like, if Luka's in, I'm in. And Joe's like, all right, man, whatever you want. And it was just because defensively, that's what he wanted to do. And he got over screens. Like, he was just in Luka's pocket the entire time. And to me, that's like, I don't truly care who wins Finals MVP as long as we win the series. But I that is like giving it up for the team. Like, that's everything you want out of your kind of second star, is to just like be that guy on the defensive end. That's everything we've wanted out of Jalen his entire career. Like, dedicate yourself to that end, be that physical monster, and, you know, make some shots here and there, which he kind of didn't totally do tonight, but that's okay. He made some big threes when we needed it.
Like, what was awesome, it was like clear how, like, because we can say like it's obvious that Jason doesn't care and about winning it, but it was so fucking obvious.
He's so kid, yeah.
That like when the game ended, how happy he was to win, despite not knowing who won Finals MVP. Like this, and that's what's been kind of the point of this Celtics team. Like, Tatum's taking a step back offensively, and every single night it was someone different. It was like Drew Holiday can be the guy. Derek White's going to have 38 points against Miami in round one. Like, every single night, someone is stepping up. And that was kind of the superpower of this team all year long, was like they built this team, and it starts with the Jays. It really does, because it makes the team so easy to build when you have two guys that are able to play 45 minutes, guard every position, initiate offense, rebound. Like, yeah, just acquire guys that are also good at basketball, and you can kind of fit them in wherever. But yeah, man, I know we haven't even talked about fucking Al Horford yet, and it's like, I don't know.
I just wanted to just make
for that guy.
Point. Just want to make a quick point. Like, the reason I think they should have given it to Tatum. Like, I don't disagree with this. Jalen was crucial to winning.
Yeah.
But the thing is, no one's gonna say, oh, that's some missing thing from Jalen's career. And it's kind of like they're gonna do the Steph thing. It's a career accomplishment. And I think it wasn't obvious enough that Jalen deserved it over him to do that. And I feel a little sorry for Tatum, because how is he supposed to really feel good about that? You know, like
I'm not surprised though, because everybody wants to not give it to him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it needed to be like so clear and obvious for him to get it. But whatever.
That I also I've definitely come around to the perspective that Tatum's better than Luka as a result of this series.
Oh, okay,
Joe.
let's go, dude.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
That's what I want to hear.
Say more. Say more.
No way, baby.
Like, it's two-way. It's one of those things that we all fall into the trap of thinking that offense is worth more than defense, and it's not. If you save 2 points, it's just like scoring 2 points. It contributes to the exact same amount to the margin. And the reality is, like, Luka takes a lot of points off the board, right?
Oh.
He gives the team a lot of points. You can't.
Yeah, he does, Joe.
You can't, like. There's a reason why. There's a reason why we won. We had someone to attack over and over and over again. Jason Tatum can't be done that. You can't do that. I'm frustrated with so many things about the Jays games, but they are so much better, really, than they are in my mind. in reality, they are better than they are in my mind. Does that sentence make sense?
Yeah.
Because
The eye test betrays you sometimes.
I'm very
it's
distracted.
the sledgehammer.
Right now.
It's the sledgehammer. The sledgehammer is not pretty. Okay, it doesn't look cool. It doesn't even do cool things. But you cannot break it, and it breaks you. And that's what this team is kind of built to do. And that's what players who play both ways do. They are sledgehammer players. You know, they just win by brute force, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel about this team. Like ugly decisions.
Yeah.
It's like they just sledgehammer through the opposition.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those
Hell yeah,
Boston sledgehammers.
Yeah. I thought we were gonna see Wayne Spooney come on the internet live.
That's our other late night stream on a different site.
Yeah. It's streaming over at rhymes with schmornhub.com is where that live stream is
We need
happening.
a higher def
Only
camera to catch
sledgehammers.
that.
Ben,
Where is Mrs. Spoons?
She's actually in DC at a conference, so my mother-in-law's upstairs with the kid. So yeah, we got the whole basement to
Legendary.
myself. Yeah.
We have a clip that we should run here. There were a lot of exciting moments in this game, and we were hosting them live in the playback stream, but none more exciting than this moment from Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard,
Yeah.
let's go.
No fucking way!
I mean,
Come on.
That was the game winner. That was the moment it was
It
over. Really.
was
Yeah.
Jackson.
that was the Derek Lively corner 3-point shot
Yeah.
of game
Oh,
5, where it was just like, this
Big
shit's
time.
over, man.
Dude,
The actual clutch, man. It's the actual
this
clutch.
this fucking series, did it not feel like that Red Auerbach or the basketball gods were like, this is your fucking series, dude? Peyton Pritchard hitting the buzzer beater in game 2, hitting this one, and then all night tonight, man. I mean, obviously in the third quarter, it flipped where, like, there was a lid on the basket. Like, we couldn't hit a layup, that we had, like, multiple in and outs from 3. But it felt like there was a bunch of moments all night tonight that were just like, oh, it feels like the basketball gods want us to win tonight. And to Peyton Pritchard, man, that he made 2 shots that actually mattered in this entire series, because he was 5 for 14 in game 4, but all 5 of those makes came when the game was completely in fucking garbage time. And for him to come in and be 2 for whatever, and on both the end of quarter heaves, is such a crazy fucking thing, dude. Like, that's an immortal type thing, bro. Because, like, game 2, that was a monster shot. It was a 6-point game in game 2, and he pushed it out to 3. And then tonight, he pushed it back out to, what was it, 20?
21.
It was just,
21.
it was just, and then you send them into the fucking locker room off the back of that. Like, dude, you can't, like, it's his thing. It's an insane micro skill that he's like. He also had another one in the Heat series. He had at least one more earlier in the playoffs, if not 2.
What is the sports, like the other sports equivalent of, like, is it like an elite kicker in American football? Like, what is the equivalent of getting Peyton Pritchard in to like just
kinda
hammer home an end of quarter amazing, like, deep shot? Does it exist?
It's
I don't know
kind
if
of like
it does.
There's going to
kinda
be a
like-
cricket. There's going to be a cricket comparison in here, as is tradition on this channel.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, there's a
I
wicket
wasn't-
I'm out.
I wasn't going to say Michael Bevan, but if you want me to talk about Michael Bevan, then I will.
Well, is he not Spoonie?
I was
is,
just
yeah,
gonna
go
say
ahead.
Michael Bevan. I was literally about to
That
talk
makes
about
me so
Michael Bevan.
happy.
Like, is it not the DH? The DH in baseball? Was he not like
No,
late career Big Papi?
DHs are way more important. They hit like
Sure.
5 times a game. You know
True,
what I mean?
true,
I
true.
was thinking it's like a goalie in soccer who's really
Taking
good at
penalty
penalty
kick.
kicks. So
Yeah.
like late,
Like it.
it's like, oh, we're down to
Colombian
it's
guy.
like 10-10 in penalty kicks, and the goalies have to take them, and it's like our goalie's fucking putting this top bins, upper 90 all day. That's what kind of my comparison is, because I feel like the DH is like Big Papi won us World Series. The motherfucker hasn't caught a ball in 30 years, because it doesn't matter. So that's my comparison. I think even like field goal kickers are more important than like a dude making 2 shots in 5 games, I just feel like it's such a rare thing. But goddamn. And even the Mavs after game 2 were like, when Pritchard hit that shot, we were fucked. We knew we were fucked, essentially, right? Like PJ Washington might be the most honest guy on the planet because he was just like, they're just better than us. And Pritchard hit that shot and it was over.
It's like, when you're behind, you're looking for those keep in touch plays, right? And that's like the opposite of a keep in touch play. It's a spacer. Yeah. It's a spacer play, Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've been trying to get...
Sorry, I've got to jump off because I'm getting looks from my colleagues about what are you doing in the meeting room. So I have to go. just quickly before I go. Of all of the narratives that get to die with the championship today, the one that I will address is some clickbait Instagram comment from some 16-year-old Lakers fan who will never hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway. He said, the Celtics have one title since the Soviet Union disbanded. Well, guess what, you flog? The Lakers have one title since Coney 2012, and it was celebrated in front of no one with face masks. I'm out. I love you all.
Let's go.
Go the Celtics. Saturday 19 starts now.
Yes.
Peace.
We love you, Jackson.
Go, dude.
Jackson, the fucking OG. Oh, that is the best.
Dude, that's awesome.
Coney 2012
Coney-
drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coney had me by the fuck. I was about to buy some wristbands for support then. I didn't do it though. Zadok in the chat, guys. We held him under 100 in all 4 Ws. I mean,
Jaylen
Brown, but dude. But like Spoon, you're like. And maybe that's part of why he's getting extra credit. Like he kind of set expectations low for his kind of defensive career. And then this year, he played the level of defense that I think we all kind of believed that he was capable of, that maybe we had given up on. I don't know. I didn't really, coming into this season, think that he was going to be this good defensively. I knew that he could be better defensively, but I did not think he would be this good defensively coming into the year, and had never really, shown that he could be this good defensively. He'd been good and had flashes, plenty, been part of incredible defenses, but he absolutely deserved, consideration for all defense for his season. And then he was our best chance on Luka all series long. And Luka Luka wasn't bringing the ball up anymore after like the first quarter. And it was because Jaylen Brown was picking that dude up full court, and he's like, "Nah, man, not for me, dude.
Fuck this. I don't want this goddamn Rottweiler on my ass all goddamn night. Like this is terrible." And he wasn't just our best chance on Luka. Luka had nothing for him, and Luka's only hope was to get Jaylen Brown off of him. And I think that, to me, is why I think he deserved the Finals MVP. But regardless. Fucking wow, he came out of nowhere. How many times did he get back cut in this series?
0, dude.
Times.
Man.
Yeah.
Like doing the little things, man, and like clearly, like man, this like in the third quarter, it was very obvious that everyone was gassed. Celtics, Mavs, and we were like, Jaylen and Jason, this is why you guys are who you are. You guys are like maybe not the most skilled, maybe not the most incredible offensive pure scorers, whatever. What you are, like the most durable, athletic, like conditioned dudes in the league. Like this is what you guys have worked for year after year after year. Like if you guys are fucking out on your legs, just imagine how Luka feels on the other end. And it was like, can you just give this game 12 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 2 more minutes? As the game kept going, it was like, I know you can tell both the Jays were like tired as fuck, but it's like, can you just like keep rebounding, keep guarding, just find a couple of buckets? And like that's what makes this fucking team so good, man. Like they fucking won, dude. Did it. And like they like iron-willed themselves into doing it. Like they're not like Tatum is not SGA. He's not going to give you 31 on 64% true shooting every night. That's for sure. But he's going to give you his 45 minutes guarding the center, whatever. Jaylen Brown's able... SGA can't guard Luka, dude. Like, these guys are able to give you so much versatility, so much power, so much strength. Sometimes it just comes down to, are you fucking 6'8", and do you have the gas to have it, the juice, in the fourth quarter, and they had just enough. Not even just enough. They had more than enough. Way more than enough. This game wasn't even fucking close, even though it feels like it was kind of close. It was never fucking close, dude.
Dude,
Now you tell me.
yeah.
Right?
Tatum gave us what I think might be close to his ceiling tonight, which is like 2012 Paul Pierce, which, if you just stick with me here, is like a guy who his scoring threat, his shooting threat is so gravitational that his passing threat becomes prolific. And in this game, that was exactly the case where, you know, the defense respected him enough that he was able to get a huge amount of assists in the first half of the game. And that was something that took Paul Pierce a long time and an arsenal of teammates to achieve. And in this game, it felt like Jason Tatum knew that and fed off of that very early on, where he was able to get close to 10 assists within the first half. He was just,
9.
it just felt like he was so aware of who he was and who the opponent thought he was, and was able to capitalize off that like from the get-go. And you might think, okay, like why isn't he able to do that throughout the course of series past? That's a question that we can answer later because we've just won the fucking championship. But he was the absolute best version of himself, fully aware of how defenses perceive him and fully aware of how he can capitalize off that in this game. And, you know, what better time to get that than in fucking Game 5, clinching moments for Banner 18. It was incredible.
Like, going forward, you know, I've kind of talked about, like, is the monkey going to be off his back a little bit, similar to how he exploded after getting his first All-Star appearance. Like, the pressure's off, dude. You won the title, and, like, you were the reason they won the closeout game in the Garden. 31-8, 11. 11 assists, dude. 2 turnovers. Like, his playmaking leap, that was, like, the biggest story I felt on this podcast for Jason Tatum in the regular season, was like, it's very clear that he's having his best decision-making season of his career and absolutely carried into the playoffs. It's like, okay, now that that's become clear and obvious, can we just get like a slightly higher baseline on the scoring? And like, all of a sudden we're at this whole, like, again, he's 26 years old, man. Jaylen Brown, 27 years old. Like, in the 2022 finals, we were like, yeah, of course, we didn't win the title. No one wins the title when their best player is 23, 24 years old. It just does not happen. The fact that we won the title, if you want to say Jason or Jalen's their best player, the fact that Jalen's only 27 / like he's not even 28 yet, like they won a championship with their best players at an age that's a complete outlier.
Hell yeah.
And here we go. If you're listening on audio, we got Tatum holding Deuce up with the confetti behind him. I mean,
that is legendary.
Yeah, man. I mean, we got a few dads on the stream right now. Tatum's comments about on Father's Day, and that's a big part of his story and who he is. Like, to make the right decisions and to like you don't get guys that are 99th percentile work ethic guys a lot of the time. Like, you look at guys like Luka's not a 99th percentile work ethic guy. If Luka Doncic had a
percentile,
yeah, bro.
work ethic guy.
If Luka had a Jaylen Brown work ethic, he would have won this series because he would have been in way better shape, and they would have been a 1 seed. If you're doing whatever Jaylen Brown's doing in the offseason, you're coming in svelte, you're looking dimensioned. You're gonna be just like, you're not gonna wear down in every fourth quarter. But yeah, I guess my going back to my point, like the Jays, like. These guys are 26, 27. It's what we've been saying their entire career. It's like once they're in their prime, and they're like just into their prime. They've like just arrived.
Really.
They're arrived. Jason's 26. Jalen's 27, 28. Like, they've just got there. It's not a fucking surprise that finally they got to their prime and they were ready to win the title. Jaylen Brown, 3-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA, 1-time Finals MVP. Jason Tatum, 3-time All-NBA, 5 times All-Star, 1-time champion.
Whoa. Say that Jaylen one again at the end.
Sorry. Jaylen Brown, 3-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA, 1-time NBA champion, 1-time Finals MVP.
There you go. There you go.
And like you want to like Jalen, Jason, Larry Bird's first MVP NBA title. Cedric Maxwell was
Friend of
Finals
the
MVP. Friend of the show. Huge Bam Adebayo fan. Cedric Maxwell, absolute.
And O'Shea Bissett.
O'Shea Bissett, absolute legend, dude. Like it doesn't matter, man. Like Steph Curry has didn't win a Finals MVP until his 4th title. Like it just doesn't matter. But the point is, these guys are just becoming who they are as actualized players. Like Jaylen Brown, especially, man. Like he's 18 months, 2 years ahead of Jason as far as age wise. What's Tatum going to look like in another year and a half? Like he's going to be better again. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, he's going to be better, but he's not like I mean, I'm probably just saying something I've sort of said in the Discord again. It's not like he's going to be able to do more things, right? Like he's not, statistically, you're not going to see much of a difference. You're going to see a difference in our ability to avoid the clogged toilet, with 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. That's the actual lead. It's not.
That was this series.
Like, it's like pace. It's like the pace he plays with. It's not, what I mean? It's not stuff that's really like, it's not going to go in a highlight. It's not statistical. It's not even going to show up in a highlight. It's not a skill in the hard sense of the word. It's decision making. It's kind of point guard sense of the game, soft skill stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, instead of it going to bullshit offense when it's a 10-point game with 8 minutes left and you take a bad pull-up or something like that, it's like, oh, he got a foot in the paint, he made the right pass, and then it's swing, open 3. And he's like, he's not going to generate a stat for that, right? But it's
he gets to the action
the most important. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
He gets to the action with 17 seconds on the shot clock, not 8. Or I don't know, 11 seconds on the shot clock, not 8. That 3 seconds makes a huge difference.
Part of it in this game though, it's like they were only going with like 7 or 8 seconds on the shot clock, but everybody was like, yeah, fair. Everybody's fucking dead. It was like that was kind
Tatum
of
was cooking everybody in front of him, dude.
But it was like, yeah, man. Back to you. Ben, I don't know. I feel like we haven't heard from you for a couple of minutes there. How are you feeling over there, man?
I honestly I feel like I'm watching the show. I'm just reveling in the glory of, like, I don't want to be up here on stage. Like, I just want to watch you guys cook, because that to me is the best part, is like watching your reactions to all of the glory of this. But
well, you're our Brad Stevens, really.
Yeah, you are.
You're our Brad
that's very
Stevens.
generous.
Ben,
That's very generous.
I mean
I'm
this
just
with
a guy-
sincerity.
Seriously.
Ben. I feel like this is your championship.
Yeah.
I legitimately
Come
feel the
on.
same way.
I cannot
100%.
accept that. That's ridiculous.
We've
It's
got-
you guys.
We've
All
got Al
I did,
Horford, Ben Vallis, Jason Tatum,
Yeah.
all I did was put
Alf won
messages
that
out there being like, who wants to podcast about the Celtics? And you legends responded. So it's really you guys who deserve this. But look, watching Jason Tatum come out and cook the way that he did in this game, like, we deserve that as fans, I think. And I think he deserved that as a player as well, who had not really had that opportunity to shine thus far in the playoffs. And for him to come out and be like the leader in all the Celtics players to come out and like lead them literally to a championship is what's most satisfying from my perspective. But I mean, you kind of got everyone playing the hits in this game. You got Sam Hauser house trapping guys into stops.
Dude.
You got Sam Hauser hitting like mad threes early in the game. You got Peyton Pritchard like coming out, and he's a one-hit wonder, at least in the playoffs, like coming out and just like dropping, I don't know, what's the best single of all time, like dropping that on us, like to
Great
end the
question,
first half.
down the line.
Yeah. Amazing.
I've been trying to get PP specialist, the urologist. It's like a PP specialist. I've been trying to get it going, and it's not taking. But I'm giving it a chance here.
You gotta give it a chance. Dude.
Well, he cured us. Whatever the urology issue was in end of the first half, he cured that. And then you got Al Horford just like cooking, like he should be, the consistent old man, just like leading us from start to finish, insanely good on the boards. We needed that from him in this game. He was like pretty not aggressive on the boards to begin game 4. This game he comes out and he's insanely aggressive. He's hitting threes. He's given us everything we need. He's the OG.
Switching.
Switching. Insanely good on defense. Held up insanely well on Luka Doncic. It's hard to critique anyone on this roster as far as like them not being themselves in this game. And that's what makes the championship so fun, is that in this game, everyone was basically the best version of themselves. It's like an amazing rolling of the credits, and they throw to like Jalen. It's like, Jalen locked down Luka Doncic to end game 5 and won the championship. And they cut to the next guy. Jason Tatum, while not having an amazing playoff series, was insanely efficient in game 5 and won the championship. And they roll down all the people, and it's like, it's a happily ever after. Everyone won the title. Everyone's happy. Life is amazing. I'll stop.
This is an absolutely happily ever after title.
Yes.
Like how many, Shrek 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You name the Shrek movie. There's a period in the middle of the movie where things aren't going great. And you know what happens at the end? Everyone's in love, making babies, and that's what we got in this series. I mean, I would not be shocked if we get another Tatum, we get another Horford out of this night or week following this. But if we're gonna do the Al Horford conversation, I just had my last shot of Fireball. I'm cracking my. Well, I'm not going to put a cap on if it's my last or not, but I'm cracking a beer. But I definitely need to. I definitely need to switch from Fireball to beer if we're going to keep doing this. Al Horford, man. I don't know. Like, again, like you come into the season, you're like, we got KP. That's like the Al Horford insurance, when really Al Horford was the Kristaps Porzingis insurance. And Kristaps Porzingis ended up playing 2.5 games in the first round, and then 2.5 games in the finals.
Yeah.
Without Al Horford, dude, none of this is possible, man.
We're fucked.
How is this guy doing it? I swear to God, man, if LeBron James did not exist, the fact that Al Horford was this good at basketball, it would be a bigger story, man. He is 38 years old, and he is still anchoring the best playoff defense in the NBA. He is still anchoring the best offense in the NBA because he has been raising his 3-point rate. He is back-to-back years in the regular season, 40+% from 3. And then tonight, he turned back the clock. He get a little post-up on Derek Gafford, a little post-up on Lively, getting low, getting to the line. I'm actually going to have to reach out. Did he miss a free throw?
He did. A free throw.
Okay, I blacked out for that part. I thought he made both of those.
No, he missed
I was about to
one,
reach out to NBA.com. I'm like, you shortchanged the big
one.
dog. Okay, but yeah, he got dude, he 2 for 3 from 3. I mean, he has hit so many big shots for us for so many years. Like the 2022 finals felt like everybody let Al down type of vibe, because Horford shot 62% from 3 in those finals, which is so nuts. The GOAT. And Tatum was a mess. They just didn't have the horses. Rob was injured. They just didn't have the horses. That's the reality of it. And the fact that 2 years later, I don't know, man, what is he, 8%, 9%, 12%? Putting my Bill Simmons percentage hat right here.
What percent? What is this percent based off of?
If Al Horford, how much worse now is Al Horford
99%. Oh, okay, all right.
He's
compared to the previous.
He's 8% worse than he was 2 years ago.
Well,
from
no,
age
you've
36.
really lost it when you start using, going to 1 DP.
Is he 8 percentage points worse than he was 2 years ago?
Maybe more than that. Maybe more than that.
The fact that he is making $9 million per year, he legitimately is in the best value contract in the NBA conversation. You exclude all rookie contract guys, and it's Al Horford. You want to talk about impact on winning? Rudy Gobert's making $45 million per year, and Al Horford is so much more likely to help you win a fucking NBA title than Rudy Gobert. Don't even
Goddamn right.
start with me, dude. Don't even start with me, dude. Come on.
Can I very quickly go on a Joe Mazzulla rant?
Yes.
All right. So, as you guys know, and if you're just tuning in, I live in the state of West Virginia. We have
It's a state? I thought it was a
Yeah, it is.
region.
And it not only is it a state, Joe, it is the worst state in the country. We're the fattest, we're the poorest, we have the most number of smokers. It's essentially the worst state in the country. We have one basketball claim to fame, and that is Jerry West. And he just fucking died. But now we have two, because we got Joe Mazzulla. That dude was coaching
Hell yeah, dude.
20 minutes from my house 7 years ago. Like, not that long ago. Less than a decade ago. Like, the Jays were in the league when he was coaching Fairmont State 20 minutes down the road. We've got nothing. Joe, WVU alum, still owns a house in Morgantown where I live. And there are people who give no shits about basketball who come up to me because they know I'm a Celtics fan, and they're like, I'm cheering for the Celtics, man. I'm locked in. I just want Joe Mazzulla to get one. And he was fucking awesome all playoffs. Like, he had these guys dialed in all year long, the right mindset. He did everything fantastic. Like, Brad Stevens trusted Joe Mazzulla, and I was concerned this offseason. We were all concerned, I think, after the Heat series and after things kind of went wrong. But it paid off, and it's just kind of special to like live in such a desperate place that they're like latching on for things to cheer about, and having like my favorite basketball team that I've been like following for my entire life, having a West Virginian boy, in some ways, an adopted son, much like myself, West Virginia, being that guy it's just really cool. It's awesome. And like him winning right after Jerry West dies too is just kind of poetic in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. Yeah. Love it, Spoonie. Yeah.
Welcome,
Boys.
Ben. I'll let you do the intros here.
Well, I mean, we got Jack live from the arena there in TD Garden there, Boston. We got Sam LaFrance live from the How About Them Celtics headquarters. Guys, we're so happy to have you. What are the vibes?
Sad headquarters we got here. Nobody's getting laid in this room, I'll tell you right now. All right.
Yeah, we know, Sam.
Man, it's good. It's still crazy here. I have so much work to do still. I'm probably going to be here till like 6 a.m. Like, I have just so much stuff to do, but I wanted to jump on here too. There's still an obscene amount of confetti on the floor.
Hell,
it's just everywhere.
Can you grab some
infectious.
for me? I'll pay you.
What do you think I am? Like, what do you think?
I'll pay you all the Aussie dollars.
Don't
for some
pay me
confetti.
anything. I will.
You bring that shit to Vegas, dude.
It's
We'll
fake
play.
money.
We'll play 2v2 for confetti.
Yeah,
I'm
I was just
trying
telling
to-
Jack how excited I am for Vegas. I can't wait to hang out with the gang, man.
Planning
Let's
out
go,
like
dude.
Hell yeah.
how I'm gonna dole out. Like I'm gonna gotta give little pieces to everybody. Yeah, like
Play
friends.
blackjack with that.
I'll save some stuff.
Fuck.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, I'll have. There's plenty. I'll grab more by the time I leave too. But
Did
yeah,
you get
this is
Dallas
insane.
confetti? Good point, Cito.
No. Did they
got
drop
Luka
confetti last game?
Yeah.
How did you
They
miss it?
did. Yeah.
I left like with
They
2 minutes
did.
left
They
to
did
the
in
press
game
conference
4.
room.
Very
But
good.
Jack, I wanna ask you. I feel like we did this in the playback, but like you've got to write a million stories about a million things. But like your main story, first paragraph, like what's the anecdote, man? Like you've been there for all of it this year. I know what's the thing that like you're gonna put in that first paragraph.
It's hard to like pinpoint exactly. Like the biggest thing that stood out to me, and I don't know how exactly I'm gonna phrase it, is like you could visibly see the weight lifted off these guys' shoulders. Like Tatum and Brown
Hell
don't
yeah.
show emotion like that, and so to see Tatum crying with Deuce, to see Jaylen Brown crying and tearing up thinking about his grandmother, like that emotion is like what it's about. Like they took so long to get to this point. They worked so hard. They took so much unrelenting bullshit, and they still did it. Like, that's it. Like, just to see the visible weight lifted off their shoulders.
Jake, I've
and
got the lead for you, man.
release.
I've got the lead for you. Let me.
All right. Come on, Joe.
Yeah.
Jump it in
I'm
here.
the hook.
All right. Jason Tatum has been playing under banner 18 for so long, but now he finally gets to raise it.
Oh.
Yeah, anyway.
I like that.
That's good. I
I'll
like
take it
that.
if
Actually.
Jack doesn't.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a super hot fire video.
All right. We got Lua Samisi. I'm gonna be honest. I love you, but like at this point in the night, the $2 only buys you half a shot. I'm gonna be honest. I can't.
Oh man, Jake's price
This is the
went up.
complete opposite of our stream, Jack. We're like, please don't give us money, Jack. Jake's like, I'm only taking a full shot if you pay me.
Come on, man.
Jake will do it for the Usos.
Hey, man. We're living down here. We'll take what we can get, man.
Joe, I love that angle, man. Jack, you gonna run with that?
Don't do it, bro.
I don't know. We'll see. It is just insane to see how hard they worked and to see them finally. Like, it doesn't feel like it actually happened still. Like, it feels
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, agreed.
I talked
think-
to Jermaine Buckner after the game. He's one of the player development guys, and he was just like he got on FaceTime with someone. He's like, "Holy shit!" Like, just to see the emotion of like, "Oh my god, they did it!" It is wild to be like seeing it in the flesh.
Is it-
Well, yeah. Go ahead, Ben.
Well, is it what you expected, Jack? Because we've been craving this moment, whether it's from the fan perspective or the media coverage perspective. Is it what you expected to see?
I mean, I think so. It's tough for me to like process and take in. Like, Sam and I talked about it like maybe years ago at this point. Like, what happens after they win? Like, we've like thought about so hard for this moment, and like this is it. Like, what the fuck happens now? Like, where do we go from here? Like, they
The
did it
fun.
already. Obviously, it is do it again, but like to see that like the pressure off, even if it's gonna still be there, but like just a little bit of like, okay, they did it once. I only cried one time, like for real, and it was when Al Horford checked out of the game.
Dude, that's
That
awesome.
That guy.
Hell yeah, dude.
It
He's
is
the
just,
man.
Like, what a night.
That's what I feel like, with all the takes, we live in the take world. What's left out from this team is like, these guys are just pure basketball W guys. It's just like, they just exist to win basketball games in the right way. Like, when's the last time there was a Celtics controversy for an off the court thing? Does not exist, man. Like,
Ime.
these guys.
Ime.
Oh, right. Well, we got rid of that
Yeah.
fucking guy.
Yeah.
For
And his
sure.
transfer.
Enos freedom to you, sir.
We got to shout out Tony as well. We can't
Yeah, of
move
course.
on without shouting out
Thank you,
Tony. Apologies for anyone that we don't shout out. We've been drinking since the game ended. But Tony Lewis, thank you. We're very happy in general, and also very happy with your donation. Thank you very much. Sorry, Jake. Go on.
To be fair, for that comment, thanks for the great content, comma, how about them damn Celtics? I think technically we have to split that with Sam and Jack.
No,
Yeah, we'll-
so-
again,
So, yeah,
we'll
that's
buy you
fine.
guys
Well,
a
yeah,
cocktail.
yeah.
Get a cocktail.
It's going
Everybody
towards
paid us today.
it's going towards the Vegas fund, one way or another. So
Okay, that can be fair. We'll
yeah.
find
So we'll put it towards whether it's chicken wings, beer, or renting.
That'll
renting
buy
a-
you one chicken wing. Jack and I went to Vegas
Buddy's
for the
cake.
in-season tournament.
I knew this was
The
coming.
cake boss guy absolutely railroaded us with the fucking chicken wings. I'll tell you that. What did we pay? $15 for 6, and we split them.
I'm just so glad. I was just going through my desk, like what's like uploaded on my desktop. I'm so glad this play right here is not lost forever. No turnover.
Hauser, pick and pop. Hauser, pick and pop. Let's go.
Dunk on
Oh
him.
my god.
Let's go. Get the fuck back. Get the fuck back.
Yeah.
Dude, Chamber of Secrets. The Chamber of
What?
Secrets has been cracked.
Where's the
That was
Tillman
going to be
three?
the Blake dunk.
There's the Tillman 3.
The Blake dunk.
The Tillman 3, the Blake dunk. Actually, yes. I have the Tillman 3. I'll upload it right now. Tillman, no minutes tonight. Interesting. I don't know. So I think this is an interesting one. Remind me if we've talked about it because my brain is full of Fireball and Cascade Draft. But like, no Tillman tonight. Kristaps Porzingis played 16 minutes. Yeah. Was a +8. Was 2 for 4 from the field, 1 for 2 from the line, 1 rebound, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 2 fouls. Would we have been better off playing Tillman? Obviously, it doesn't really matter, but because in the first half, they were going at him. They got a couple of open looks because it felt like he wasn't sure how much to trust himself. I don't know. I'll throw to you, Sam. Like, how did you feel about KP in that first stint there? Because it was
hated it.
Pretty hated it.
I was irate. He comes in the game, and obviously any basketball mind that is a basketball mind would be like, put him in the action every single time. Please do it. And then Dallas was like, okay, we'll do it. And then they just got a billion of wide open threes, and Josh Green was making them. And I was like, this is what you're going to do? You're going to leave him out there, and you're going to let these guys get some confidence early in the game? Why would you do that? But it actually worked out in Boston's favor because turns out these other guys on Dallas kind of suck. So leaving them open from 3 didn't actually come to bite the Celtics in the ass. And you had the super cool Porzingis dunk at the end of the game. But overall, it's just like, why? Like, I think you would have just benefited from having whoever out there.
So I do think that they actually guarded him like he could still shoot. So it was almost worth still having him out there.
It was.
Shout out Jason Tatum in the chat.
Yeah, big fan of the show.
He's like the only one that ever says anything nice to Jack. I think this is the first nice Jack comment I've ever seen.
If this is the real
from the team playing,
if this is the real Jason Tatum, come on, $18. Come on, man. You better sign a $320 million deal, man. But we did it. P.S. I love Jack Simone. Pretty sure Jack Simone just sent that from his burner YouTube account.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I donated my entire CLNS paycheck to the How About the Celtics boys earlier today.
Hey boys, I think I'm gonna jump off and go to bed. My kid's gonna wake up in about 3.5 hours.
Yeah, what time we got?
It's 2 a.m. for me.
2 a.m. That seems fair.
Godspeed, Spoonie. Spoonie.
Yeah. Wait, last take.
Well done to you, sir. Well done.
Last take. Part of me just can't believe it actually happened. I can't believe it happened in 5. I was waiting for the other shoe to drop the entire series. When they lost Game 4, I was like, "Fuck, we're gonna be the first team to close it, aren't we?" And it didn't happen. So, gentlemen, I love you all. It's been such an awesome season. We're going to pick it up with the draft pretty soon here. We'll get probably 1 or 2 more in before the draft goes. Let's go, baby.
Come on.
We
love you, Spoonie.
Love
you,
guys. Later, boys.
Sleep well,
Peace
mate.
out, legend.
Hell yeah. So good. Amazing. There we go. Then we got the 4 of us on. Sorry, I have been drinking since the game ended. Where do we leave that, Jake?
I couldn't tell you, but I think what's important.
We're talking about KP.
I think what we
appreciate it.
We were talking about KP, but something we haven't talked about yet is Derek White and his toothless face and how that was just a moment, dude. Like, he had the Grant Williams, Joel Embiid stepped on his face, but I forget. I don't remember. He went for a loose ball. I mean, oh shit.
Whoa.
Jason Tatum. Oh shit. He's back, dude. I always knew the real JT was a real fan. He's about to sign that $300 million contract. Shout out JT for a monster donation, $100 in the chat here. That's going straight on number 0 at the roulette table when we get to Vegas. Appreciate you a lot. Appreciate you a lot. Yeah. Yeah, if you wanted anything special, pop in my DMs and ask me to send you something, and I'll send you something. But Derek White, man, I mean, we got the first to the floor. We got a bunch of first to the floor moments, actually, in this one. But Derek White got stomped, like, his someone's butt was on top of Derek White's head, and his face went into the ground. Was it PJ Washington's butt? But yeah, man, D White for the series ended up 39% from the field, but ended up 40% from three. And for the last couple of games, man, anytime Derek White gets a non-traditional three-point attempt, a broken play 3-point attempt, Derek White is money. Like, it's his thing. Late shot clock, possession going nowhere, pull up, dribbling it around, fumbling the ball. He just knocks it down. I don't know what it is, but going back to like a regular season Raptors game, Jason Tatum missed one of like the only games that he missed. Derek White, late game, clutch time, fumbles the ball around, knocks that shit down. Jason Tatum gets off the bench in his like leopard print coat, points directly into D White's face, being like, that's my guy. And all fucking year long, man, he's turned into like, I don't want to say Klay Thompson, but like he's a crazy trigger and like a crazy like high level of difficulty on the shot. Like he's turned into a shooter that just was not who he was 2 years ago. And it completely changed who the Celtics can be like on a given night. Sam.
He brought me out of my most angry state of this game. When they were doing everything they could to lose this game, meaning they couldn't score, but they were still playing defense.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell are they doing? It was like a terrible possession too. It was like one of those, like, I think Jalen dribbled forever and then the ball ended up finding him. Like you mentioned, it was one of those just broken play threes. And he's been incredible on those. OU, what did you eat? I want to know. Tony's asking too.
Holy shit.
That reminded me.
2,500
That's a lot of calories.
I respect it. Back in my prime, I'll tell you. But yeah, he's just been so reliable all season. He's been somebody that stepped up in big moments. He's one of the guys on this team that you can actually trust in the clutch time. It's been a team where, you know, throughout the years, we've been kind of taught not to trust them in clutch moments. And he was somebody this season who was like, you know what? Actually, no, it's not true. You can trust me with the ball, and I run pick and roll with whoever, and we'll be fine. I mean, the Pacers game where Tatum gets the dagger three comes off of a Tatum White pick and roll. He's just been so good this season. He's played tremendous defense. He had the block on Lively in this game, probably the loudest block he's had all season. Maybe not. He got Jimmy a couple times in the home opener. But just excellent all-around game. He earned that title for sure.
That block on Lively at the rim?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What, Jack? What was the reaction to that like in the arena, man? Because that on the playback was
nuts.
Absolutely absurd.
Like leading up to that, they were on a little bit of a run too. Like they were pushing for it, and it was kind of like this not stunned silence, but like, oh shit, the Mavs are here, silence. And then Derek White gets up and get that, and they're like, it was not like, it was like a mix of relief and holy shit, like, oh my God, we're good. Derek White fucking did it. Like it was a great pop. It was. The whole night was great crowd reactions from TD Garden, and it was just fun. It was fun to be in the atmosphere.
So speaking of reactions from the Garden,
I got another one
tonight. We've got a video. Zadok, First of the Floor Discord member, has sent me this video. I got to run it here as far as like elite reactions from the Garden crowd.
That's incredible.
That is
That's awesome. Can you send me that video?
Sick.
I want
Yeah.
that video. I really want that video.
Well, I mean,
Dude.
like, what was the reaction like from your vantage point, Jack, and
Oh,
Sam as well,
oh.
like, watching from home? Like, incredible, right?
My parents
I
lost
tweeted-
their shit. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's good intel. I need that.
I got texts from all my friends and family like, holy fuck, Peyton Pritchard. And
Yeah.
it was just like, oh my God. I tweeted, I was like, he fucking did it again. he
did it again.
He's the first player ever in finals history to have two 30+ foot buzzer beaters. Like what the hell, man?
What
are
the
chances?
hell? That was like the red. That's what I'm saying. The Red Auerbach was sprinkling Red Auerbach dust on TD Garden tonight, man. But like, isn't this a crazy micro skill? Because he's done it kind of all year. He's had a bunch of these throughout the season. He did it earlier in the playoffs as well. Besides this series, Like, it's a thing, dude. Yeah, man. Fucking shout out Pritchard, man, because he found it's like it's so emblematic about this team, man. It's like find a way to fucking impact the game. And Peyton Pritchard could not do shit offensively in this series. I actually think he has like some incredible moments defensively on Luka in this series, but he did not make one shot in the entire series that mattered outside of the 2 buzzer beaters in the end of quarters. And it's like, all right, man. Coming into the series, he was shooting 45% from 3, rounds 1, 2, and 3, and he became a monster brick. Besides, 2 of like, well, what makes it so valuable? It's like those possessions are just write-offs, and you create like not only just like 3 points as 3 points, but like that is demoralizing, so demoralizing. And for you to come in here and just do that, man. That's what a guy, dude. Peyton Pritchard.
I can't imagine being a Mavs fan. Like, you see that motherfucker get checked in with 4 seconds left.
See Pat Mahomes?
Yeah, dude.
And oh no, I didn't see him. What did he do?
What did he say?
Pat Mahomes tweeted, I fucking hate this guy, man.
Yeah,
Pat Mahomes like, fuck this guy, dude. Fuck this
like
guy.
you see him come in, and it's like, well, what did you fucking think he was gonna do? Fucking cover him? Like, I'd be so mad if that happened to my team twice. Like, this guy's clearly his literal only job in real minutes in this game was to come in and fire up the farthest shot you've ever seen and make it.
Dude, how many
Shout out
minutes
to
did
Luka
Pritchard
for missing
play?
the free throw. He created all.
Those
Yeah.
were his only minutes. That was it. That's all he did.
Do you play
He didn't.
any
He
garbage
checked in
time?
at the end though.
That was it. Oh, well, yeah, I guess at the end of the
Oh,
game.
true, but that doesn't. Yeah, but Pritchard technically played 1 minute and 21 seconds in the second half, but in the first half he played 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So
That's
Sean
so sick.
Sean Grandy had this tweet: NBA championships by age 26. Michael Jordan 0, LeBron 0, Shaq 0, Steph 0, KD 0, Jason Tatum 1. We're gonna wrap up here in about 10 minutes. I think we'll cap it at that. But I feel like we should do an around the room, guys, because this is insane, magnanimous occasion. Jake, like what thoughts come to your mind as we start to wrap up here?
So I have the numbers here. So Kyrie Irving, after everything, we had Noah Dalzell on the show before the series started, and we discussed should we boo, should we, fuck Kyrie, the whole thing.
He's hanging out right there next to Jack, by the way.
Yeah, there we go. Noah, actually, Jack, I know she can't hear you, but do you think we should boo Kyrie now? Ask her.
They want to know if they should, people should boo Kyrie now. Or
Poor Jack has been a victim to
What?
this.
I think I really became too known for that take. I think the booing was fine, but I just didn't want them to cross the line, and I honestly didn't feel like the line was that much. Not that I'm aware of, at least.
Yes.
And the more we heard from Kyrie this series, the better I felt about it, because he seemed to
Absolutely.
sit in stride.
Hell yeah. I love that we've gotten
Facts.
extra people. Like Noah can't even fucking hear what's happening right now. But in that episode, that was actually most of our points was yes, boo Kyrie, but we're worried about it going over the line. But it did not go over the line, and it fucking worked, dude. I don't know what, but game 1, 6 for 19. Game 2, 7 for 18. Game 5, 5 for 16. 18 for 53, 33.9% field goal percentage in the TD Garden. He should not have fucked with the Boston Celtics. He should not have fucking stepped on Lucky. This is what you get, dude. And now you are what? 1-13 in your last 14 games against the Boston Celtics. And that you have to live with. And I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm here for it.
It's fantastic. I cannot stand that guy, man. He just can't get out of his own way.
He sucks, dude.
I'm not gonna trash him too bad, but he can't give a press without contradicting himself.
I know.
And seeing him just continuously be awful in front of the home fans is tremendous. Just because it's what literally everybody wants, and he wants to shut them up so bad, and he clearly cannot do it. There were possessions in this game that he was like, "It's my turn." You don't see that a lot. At least like when you're watching an opposing team, you don't like sit back and be like, "Oh yeah, he said my turn." No. I could see it clearly, and I wasn't even looking for it.
So I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Sam, Jack, like, I love you guys, man. Like, consuming
We love
the
you back.
Celtics, consuming
yeah.
the Celtics via you guys and the How About Them Celtics pod all year has just been so much fun. And to have you guys on the show, you know, every now and then throughout the series, this season has been amazing. Jake, I'm sure you feel the same way.
Dude. It's legitimately very, very, very cool to us, like me and Ben being based in Australia, being like connected to Sam and Jack, like, and like being you look. I mean, Jack is literally in the fucking TD Garden right now.
Yeah.
Like that is not lost on us at all. Like we, do this like for fun and we want to make it as big as possible, but like we're fans and
You guys
that's why
are there
we're-
though. Like,
Yeah, we're
people know
we're
you guys.
Yeah, we're drunk as fuck in the other side of the world, and we're like so happy and thankful to be like part of the network, and you guys are a huge part of that. And honestly, like you, I mean, it's just great. It's great. I fucking love it, dude. I can't wait to catch up in Vegas. It's awesome, man.
Absolutely. And that goes to everyone in the chat as well. And a lot of people in this chat are in the How About Them Celtics chat and vice versa.
Absolutely.
And we love you guys. And we're so thankful to go through this with everybody. And the main thing is the Celtics have their 18th banner, and that is so much fun. But we're going to be back tomorrow for the Hangover Pod. We will be literally hungover while we figure out everything that's gone on between now and then with the Celtics and their partying and their hangovers and our own hangovers. Jack, Sam, Jake, love your work, guys. The Celtics, they are
We
NBA
did
champions. We did it.
What are you gonna
We
say
love-
now, motherfuckers? Let's go, dude.
That's right. We love you all. We'll see you guys next time. Go Celts.